Hey, Too Cool team. Welcome to our rescheduled broadcast for Ask Angie for today, for this week. I did get several questions sent to me, so thank you very much. I hate it when I don't have questions and I have to come up with something off the top of my head, which I always do, but I like to answer what you guys bring to me. So keep the questions coming. If you have a topic you want me to talk about in the future, just let me know and I'd be happy to talk about that topic. So let's see, we had several questions. A couple of the questions were things that I had already talked about on our weekly updates, but I'm going to follow through and talk about them here just in case people miss. And I am under no delusion that everyone watches everything that I do and is involved with Stampin' Up! As much as I am. I get that. That's why I try to have several different avenues for you to catch me and to keep up with things. If you're not always checking in with the demonstrator website or you're not always, seeing every weekly update video or whatever, I like that I can kind of reinforce things that are the most important. But I do encourage you. It's always good to just check in and see what's happening with the current updates. Once a week on Tuesday, they always have what's happening for the week on that day. So it's always a good day to go in and check. Even if you aren't connected in a lot of other ways, you'll get to find out all of the most important stuff that's happening with Stampin' Up! On that current updates. I like to reinforce not only the important things from there, but also things that are happening with our team and different training aspects that I like to keep up to date with. So, okay, let's get started with our questions. I see we have several people on here. I see Kaylee and Pam is watching, and someone else that I can't see, but thank you for joining me live. I love that you're spending some time with me. Okay, so the first question I had was from Jennifer Matson. She was asking, how long is it before you can rejoin the team again if you happen to drop due to your pending status not being met? So today's the final day for getting your sales in for the second quarter. If you did not reach that $300 minimum for that quarter, this is your final day to do so and remain an active demonstrator. Now this time is kind of different because we actually have a promotion happening with a special recruiting offer, and you can sign right back up, and I mean right back up. As far as I know, there's no restrictions there. The only thing, I guess, would be if you want to sign up under another demonstrator. If you're signing up under the same team member, the same upline, there's no restriction. You can sign up the very next day, and so you're not even missing anything. Now, this isn't always going to happen. It's never happened as far as I know. But it is pretty amazing that they have this offer going on. So it actually kind of makes sense. I'm not supposed to encourage you to drop and then rejoin. But if you do not have sales, if you've never placed an order after you signed up and you have not, accumulated sales and that would be going toward your career sales to try to get you to the Bronze Elite level, if you don't have team members, if you've not been doing this for very long, I can't stop you. And it's certainly, you would only have to spend $99 instead of $300. And you're going to get $155 worth of product and also that $10 bonus coupon. So you need to make up your own mind. And like I said, you can rejoin the next day as far as I know. That's how it's always been. So that is a fantastic thing. Hopefully we're going to get we have a lot of team members that will be dropping after today because a lot of them came in during that celebration time period and they're not going to be able to meet that minimum before the end of the day. So we're losing, not quite a third, but a lot of our team. And I'm hoping that many of those people will be able to rejoin right away. And that's going to, if they rejoin tomorrow, that means that will be their partial quarter. And they actually start, their minimum is required after their first full quarter. So their first full quarter is actually going to be December 31st. And then you would get a month of pending after that. So if they re-sign, or if anybody signs up under you as a team leader, then they will have through December and then 1 month of pending if they do not hit that first minimum quarterly amount by December. So they'll go all the way through the holiday catalog and well into the pre-order for Celebration and the Occasions catalog next year. So it is a really good time to be a part of this team, because honestly, the holidays are the best. For me at least, they're always the best, because people who would normally not make cards any other time of year like to make Christmas cards, or people who, you know, want to make some handmade gifts and put some really nice packaging or tag or, you know, a gift card holder or things like that that are perfect for the holidays. That happens this time of year. So it's a super awesome time to put that recruitment promotion out there and really add to our team. And then we need to follow up and get them involved with our events that we're having. That's what's going to keep them on the team. That's going to help the retention. And we can talk about that more as we start getting more recruits. We'll talk about that more. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer, for your question. We also had, last week I had gotten a question from Emily Gaskins, and she was asking about the Purple Posy, and I know I had several people. Have you heard anything about Purple Posy ink? And I mentioned that on our weekly updates yesterday, that I did hear some information in our Facebook leaders group, excuse me, that the Purple Posy ink, there has been a successful formula, and it was just approved yesterday, and it goes through age ovens, and they make sure that the color doesn't shift and become too light or too dark. They said if there was any minimal shifting at all, it was going in the correct direction, so it was getting even more true to the color that they wanted. So it's responding well, and it's stable. So what that means is they will be able to start ordering all the parts and pieces that they need to make the ink pads and make the ink refills. They need to order the pads, they need to order the actual ink, they need to order the bottles, they need to order the labels, and once they get those on order and get those in and get those all assembled, then they will be ready for us to purchase again. It's not going to be an overnight thing, and they said they were not going to make an announcement until they had more information on the timing of the release. So they told us that we are allowed to share this information, but that we should tell you that you shouldn't expect to receive any official word about the ink for the next few weeks. So this isn't something they can turn around overnight. They have to order all these things, and there's a process. So, but we are getting closer, which is awesome. So we will have Purple Posy. There was a small amount of time. They were saying at the Greek Isles cruise, they weren't sure whether they were ever going to be able to get the color that they wanted to be a stable color. So, so I'm really excited that they finally have found a formula that's going to work. So that is really, really good news. And then I was listening to Rhonda Wade. She had a video, and she was saying a little bit more about the other two products that we're waiting on, the trimmer and the die cutting machine. And so I wanted to give you an update from her, since she was on the cruise and they got more information. She said the die cutting machine, there was no word about that on the trip. So there's no timeline, there's no date, there's no prototype that they were showing anybody. No word on that yet. I know that they're still working on it, but they were not close enough that they could put anything out there yet. So her suggestion and my suggestion to you is, do not hold off. Don't, if you're having classes, don't be afraid to use the dies. Don't be afraid to use the embossing folders. Those are going to be things that we want to continue to use. There's a lot of awesome new dies and folders that we want to be sharing with our customers. If our customers don't already have a Big Shot, there are certainly other places that they can purchase them. It's unfortunate that we don't have a place that they can go to that's our place that they would be ordering from us, but that's just the way it is, and we need to just embrace that is where we're at. So she recommends for them to go online, to recommend Amazon. Just look up a die cutting machine and go online and find something similar to a Big Shot. She actually was talking about the Tim Holtz Vagabond, which is an electric version of the Big Shot, and that was a really good one to recommend. Now, I don't know how much that costs, and I would be scared to be, I personally would not want to be recommending something that costs a lot more than a regular die cutting machine that was manual, just because I don't want them to spend too much money, because I want them to spend some money with me. So I don't want them to waste their whole budget on a die cutting machine. But that being said, don't be, if someone needs a die cutting machine, you need to point them in the right direction, and it's not going to be for us for at least a little while. So don't be afraid. Don't hold off. Don't not use things. Just continue on. Love the things that we have and share those, and get, people already have die cutting machines, a lot of people, and those are the people that are going to be buying your die cut dies, I guess is what I'm trying to say, dies and embossing folders. So don't hold off on that. And then the other item that we're waiting on is the trimmer. And Rhonda had said that they were able to see a prototype of the brand new trimmer. She said it's very similar to what we had previously. It's not a guillotine. I know some people were hoping that it would be a chopping guillotine kind of trimmer. It is not like that. It is very similar to the trimmer that we already had in place. She did not actually use it. She didn't have a chance to actually use it, but several of her friends did. They said that one thing that they really liked was that there were 1/8 inch marks across the ruler across the top. So that was nice because you could get a little more detailed in your increments that you were measuring. And she didn't really say much else about it, but it just was something that they put out there, allowed the Trip Achievers to play with, got some feedback from them. How did they like it? How was it working for them? And they were going to, tweak and hopefully get something to us very soon. Now, they have mentioned that it's not going to be in the holiday catalog. Obviously, we don't see it in there. It doesn't seem like it's going to be during the holiday time, but we never know. There's no dates. They have not disclosed any dates yet, so we're still kind of up in the air about that. But just hang tight. Again, if someone needs a trimmer, if they're a new stamper and they need some way to cut their paper, you just need to send them elsewhere. That's just how it is. We're not gonna worry about what we don't have. We just sell what we do have. That's our philosophy. So this is not, we shouldn't be apologizing. This is not something that we did. We didn't decide this. This was something that Stampin' Up! Has been trying to work out, and it's on them. What they do or don't have in their inventory or in their collection of products, that's on them. So no need to apologize. Just move on. Love the things that you have. So let's see, a couple more questions here that we got from our team. Karen Flory was talking about how she's been kind of away from Stampin' Up! And she's a little bit lost about what we are able to order with the holiday catalog pre-order. So I thought I'd just review that really quickly. It's pretty simple. Remember, the pre-order starts tomorrow, and they're going to be transitioning everything on the computer between midnight and 3 a.m. Mountain Time. So around 3 a.m., it probably will start before that. If you really want to be there right as it starts, you might check in at 2 a.m. Mountain Time, which would be 4 a.m. Eastern Time here. I'm not getting up at that early. I don't know about you, but anyway, then all of those products will be available. As far as I know, I think everything is available. I didn't see any products that for some reason had a hang up and were not going to be available. There are some restrictions. There's limits to how much you can purchase. So if you have a non-consumable item like a stamp set, a die, punch, something like that, then you have a limit of 1. And then if you have a consumable item, paper, embellishments, things like that, we have a limit of 2 now. Now, usually it's a limit of 3. So this is a change that I've usually, in all the 15 years that I've been a demonstrator, it's usually been 3, but it is down to 2 now. I think that is one way they're trying to combat some of the back order issues that we've had that start well before the catalog is even released to the customer. So they're trying not to have sellouts before that even happens. So everyone is limited to 2 for consumables. Now a kit, they don't consider that a consumable, so that is a limit 1, and I think that's about it. So yeah, you can start ordering tomorrow. You can look at the PDF online to see what you want to order, make a good wish list. Don't forget, I don't have the number, and they probably won't have it until, I don't know if they have it now or not, but they'll have a product number for an 8-pack of the catalogs. Don't forget to order those. You'll definitely want those for your classes as you get ready to have holiday oriented classes on September 4th is when it's released to the general public. So get your 8 packs of those. I still need to get my mailing list together. So if you still need to do that, you have until the end of today. So you're running out of time, and I'll be working on that as soon as I'm done with this. So we have that. And don't forget to place your pre-order before the 11th. If you place your pre-order before the 11th, anytime between the 1st and the 11th, you will get a complimentary copy of the catalog in your order. And you definitely want that. Or you can just order an 8-pack, but you get one for free, and it'll be in your order if you order before the 11th. If you order after that, you'll still get a complimentary copy, but it could be up to 3 weeks after that you will receive it. So it could be after September 4th when it's released to the public. Excuse me. So you don't want to do that. You just place a pre-order. Just place a pre-order. It doesn't have to be, there's no minimum amount. Get 1 pack of paper, get a stamp set that you like, get a kit. That way you can see the catalog. There's nothing like seeing the catalog in your hands. That's one thing. I didn't get to go on the trip, but I love when you can actually see the catalog and be able to have that in your hands when you're placing a pre-order. It's really helpful. So, and just as a little side note, every time I have people that ask me, can I just borrow a catalog from you, Angie? And then when I get my complimentary one, I will pay you back. And the answer to that is no. I've had to make a philosophy of no, I cannot do that. I have 100 people on my team right now, and if I did that for everybody, I'd have to buy a lot of extra 8-packs. And I don't do that. So everyone's in charge, everyone's responsible for getting their own complimentary copy. And if you don't, it is available online. So it's not like you don't have access. Okay, let's see. Marcia Henry asked, can we use the bonus coupons on our pre-order? That's a great question. So the short answer to that is yes. Yes, you can. You can definitely use the bonus coupon. So whatever you have accumulated, I hope that you've saved them. They should have come to you via email. And for every order that you place, if you had a $50 order, you'd be sent 1 email. If you have a $150 order, then you're sent 1 email with 3 codes in it. So you have to go into each one and get the codes. I think there's a way you can copy. I haven't looked at that. Let me see. I think you can go in and just click on it somehow and copy it, and then you'll go to your order and paste it. Now here's the thing that's cool that I found, and I think they did this last year, but I didn't really pay much attention. So they actually, if you go into current events and are happening now, current promotions, let's get the right terminology. You go into the happening now link across the top of the demonstrator site, then current promotions, then bonus coupons. Scroll down, you're going to have all of the information about redeeming the bonus coupons. It has all the ins and outs there. It also has this awesome bonus days coupon redemption handout. So this is really awesome. You can have it at your classes. You can put a link in your email newsletter, on your blog, send it out. But anyone who has a bonus coupon to redeem, this is really helpful because it tells you step by step how to redeem them. So you'll have the merchandise that you put in there, and then you go down to a little box at the bottom that's called Manage Coupon Codes, and you'll put in all of your codes there. You can copy and paste, and each line is a different code, so you can put in multiple codes. There's no limit to how many codes you can use on any order, and you can use it on any order. So you can use it on a demonstrator order, a workshop order, a customer order, whatever you want, and use as many as you want. You can even go over the retail amount. So let's say if you had 3 $5 coupons and you wanted to buy something that was $14, you could use all 3, so you wouldn't have any charge for that product, but you would lose that $1. Anything that's an overage, you're just going to lose. But technically you could do that. And then you would only pay for the shipping, I guess, because this is how it works basically. When you put in your bonus coupon, it's going to take that commissionable amount down. So it'll take your retail value down. If you have a $100 order and you have 4 bonus coupons, you're going to take $20 off of that order. So you're only going to be earning commission on $80 worth. So it's something to keep in mind. If you're trying to hit that $150 level to get up to Stampin' Rewards, then you need to make sure that you're hitting it after you've put your bonus coupons in. So that will take away from your commissionable sales. That's why it's really important to not accept a bonus coupon as a payment for a class. Like if you have like my last Thursday's card class is an order-based class. So if they have a $25 order, then they get to have the class for free. Well, if they have a $25 order and they pay with $20 in cash and a bonus coupon, then I'm not earning the commission that I would have on a $25 order. I'm only earning it on a $20 order. It's just a little bit, but if you have everyone doing that, you're not making the profit that you wanted to make, that you intended to make when you set up your order-based class. So be very careful when you're redeeming those. Don't accept them as payment. If they want to place an order and they want to use that, then that's their order and they're going to get extra product. They're basically getting some free product from it. But as far as your events, you're not going to accept that as a payment because you're going to gyp yourself. It's money coming directly out of your pocket then instead of Stampin' Up's pocket. And we don't want that. We want you to be able to make the profit that you intended when you set up your class. So keep that in mind. But this little handout, very helpful. It just tells you what to look for, the manage coupon code box. It will have, once you paste everything in, it's going to have a list of, let's see if I can put it on here, your discount code or your discounts applied will be listed there, so you'll be able to see that. Again, if your bonus coupons are making your commissionable amount go down, it also means that you're not paying shipping on that free product as well. So we love that. So you're saving 10% off of however many coupons you have as well. You're not paying shipping on that. So that's really nice. You're also not paying tax on it because you're taking the retail amount away. So you're really kind of getting a good deal there. Now, I said earlier that you do have to pay shipping on something even if you get a free item. That's simply because you're going to have a minimum shipping amount. So if you had enough coupons to apply to your $15, you had a $14 product, you have 3 coupons that, total $15, so you get a free product essentially. You don't have to pay any tax on that. You don't have to pay shipping on that, but you do have to pay the minimum ship charge. So even though there's no retail amount, you'll have to pay that $6.95 just to get the product to you. So that's something to keep in mind. But just like Stampin' Rewards, if it's not there if it's a product that's free, then you don't have to pay shipping on that free item. You don't have to do tax on that. Actually, I don't think you have to do tax. Now I'm confused. Let me see real quick. I think it's only tax on what the retail amount is. So that's even different than Stampin' Rewards. You have to pay tax on the amount that you get. But I might have to double check that. But anyway, it's a small amount. Okay, let me see if there's a couple other things I wanted to talk to you about with the bonus coupons now that we're on that topic. The codes may be redeemed for any product except there's 3 things it excludes. Not on starter kits, so you can't use bonus coupons and pay for a starter kit. You also cannot use it on supply items. So if you're in your demonstrator order and you wanted to order holiday catalogs, for example, you can't use it on that item, but it will apply to anything that's commissionable. And also you cannot use it on Paper Pumpkin subscriptions that are the month-to-month subscriptions. Now, you can use it on new prepaid Paper Pumpkin codes. So if you want to get a prepaid Paper Pumpkin as the ones that are just the item code that are just like any other item, can be added to a workshop just like any other item, can help you accumulate Stampin' Rewards, those prepaid codes, you can use them on because that's simply just another item from the catalog. So that is fine. You just can't do it on the month-to-month auto subscription that's through the Paper Pumpkin website. If for any reason you cannot find two things, let's back it up. Make sure that whatever orders that you have placed, you actually got your bonus coupons. I've had 2 times now where my bonus coupon did not come through, and I did not see it in a junk folder. It may be in a junk folder or whatever. It might have been misdirected somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe a filter on your email system server pushed it back or something. I don't know, but check and make sure that you received all your bonus coupons. All the orders that you placed, you actually got those back. And then you want to, when you're going to redeem them, if there's for any reason you don't have them, then you need to, number 1, look in the junk folder. Number 2, call demonstrator support. When I could not find my bonus coupons, I had 2 of them that I couldn't find, and I just called them up, and they saw that for whatever reason, they didn't get sent to me. So they were happy to issue different bonus coupons to me. So they're mostly like cash though, so don't lose them. If you just like deleted all of them, they're not going to go back and give them to you. But if for some reason you didn't get them, just talk to demonstrator support. They usually can work something out for that. Let's see, anything else to remind you of? I think that's about it. If you have customers that you know have received bonus coupons, you might just send them an email, remind them that it's time to redeem their coupons. They have until the end of August to redeem their coupons, and kind of go over some of the things that we talked about here, about how they can redeem them, what they're good on, that they shouldn't lose them, and make sure they have them when they need them, and then send them that worksheet so that they know exactly how to redeem them. This is really helpful. So that's good customer service to follow up and congratulate them for getting some free product. It's really awesome to do that. So that's cool. Okay, looks like we are getting close to, let me see if I have any other short, do we have any other short questions? I see Pat's here. Hi Pat, haven't seen you in a while. Lisa, good to see you. Marsha's on here. So, let's see if I have any short questions. I had a couple other questions, but they were kind of long. Here's one that I'm going to make short. It could be longer, but I'm going to make short, and that it's very timely. Just a reminder about our pre-order for the holiday catalog. And usually when we get a catalog, it's so exciting and we want everything. Give me it all. I love that ribbon and I love that stamp set and I love that paper and I want everything. And our budget doesn't like everything to be ordered. So my tip to you is, first of all, set a budget. How much are you willing to spend? And be strict with it. Don't go over your budget, because you're not happy if you go over your budget. If you know, you might have a husband that's like, no, I don't like that you went over your budget. So have a budget. Then figure out what you love. Make that on a wish list if you want to. All the good stuff that you want to get eventually. And you remember, this is just the beginning. It's going to last until the end of the year. So we have a lot of time to buy these things. So what do you buy first? If you can't buy it all now, what do you buy first? Buy whatever's going to help you with your next project. So if you have a personal project that you're going to work on, maybe a fall project coming up, a particular craft fair item that you want to start working on, or whatever your next project is that you want to do, consider that, and that's what you should buy. Also, be purposeful about what you're buying and have it have a purpose, have an intention. So is there a class that you're going to have with a new stamp set? Are you going to, like I do, Countdown to Christmas every time, and so I know that I should buy those stamp sets first. I pick out which ones I'm going to do for that, and those are the ones that I'm going to buy first. My camera keeps moving down. So I'm just going down a little bit further. Anyway, so I figure out what ones I'm going to use for classes. I figure out what corresponding designer series paper, embellishments, and things like that I'm going to need, and which ones am I going to do in September and October. I'm going to get those first. So look at how you're going to use them. Look at what you love. Look at what your purpose for each thing is. And then I usually try to, if there's something that I really want, and I think I really want that, but I'm not sure whether I should get it, I try to ask myself, can I sell 6 of those things? Is there a class that I can have 6 people participate and buy that item? If I can have a stamp set that I love and I can sell it to 6 people via a class, then I've paid for that stamp set, and I can allow myself to have that lovely stamp set that I'm going to have so much fun playing with. So that's kind of my mentality when I go through. Now, don't do what I do. I have a little bit more leeway than you do. I'm making a little bit more money at my Stampin' Up! Business than than most people here, I think, on our team anyway. So I have a little bit more spending money that I can budget. So when you're seeing me buy a lot of things, then that's why. Also, I'm getting a lot of free things because of different things bonuses and things like that I'm getting. And I'm also, part of my strategicness and part of my intentional purpose is I want you guys to see some of the products up close, and I'm curious about them, so I buy them. I buy a few more things than I normally would for just myself because I want you to see them. So if I know I'm going to use it, might be 3 months from now, 4 months from now, but if I know I'm going to use it, I buy it up front so that you guys can start getting your hands on it and see it up close if you come here to the local event. So I don't always follow my own advice, but I have the leeway in my budget that I can do that. So I don't want you to compare yourself to me in that way. I want you to stick to your budget. I want you to buy things that you love. And sometimes you just buy things you love, even if you're not going to have a class. It's okay. I know there's many hobbyists out there. Buy what you love, but have a budget first. You don't want to just go crazy, crazy hog wild. So I cannot get this camera to stop going down. I'm sorry, you're moving all over the place. Anyway, I think I need to wrap it up and figure out what's going on with my slipping camera. Okay, if you have any other questions, you guys, I'm always here. I am ready to answer anything at any time, so just ask me. And if you have more questions for next week, we'll handle that next week. All right, everybody, you have a great, great rest of your week. Don't forget, I have Facebook Live coming up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and I will see you then with a couple of 2 cool projects for our Facebook Live class. All right, have a great night. Bye-bye.